from their home directly to the buyer?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So if you are not already using free boxes, make sure you go on USPS.com, create an account. All of these are free, and there's way more. Val had, well, you were at the eBay one, the eBay meeting. I mean, she bought like 20 different size boxes. So, and order them now because people will be ordering them a lot for the holidays, and will get back ordered.
And
So,
besides the boxes, there's tie-back envelopes.
yeah, I got some here. So,
And,
these, no, that's the eBay one, but so this is like the priority. I mean, all of these are free. This is the padded envelope. That's a flat rate. This is a tie-back envelope. And then, of course, they have priority flat rate boxes, which is whatever fits in it for one price. And then they have lots of different options for just priority boxes. So, and there's lots of things that you can do with those boxes. So, let's get into that. Any questions on any of that? No? Everybody uses them. Okay, cool.
Green is good.
So first, I want to get into what to do if you have a box that is, I didn't really bring a tall box. I should have brought a taller one, but that's okay. So let's just say I'm shipping something in this box that's pretty flat. Okay, so I have to put it in here, and let's say it's even a picture frame, a small 8x10 picture frame. And this is for some reason the box that I chose that I'm going to send it in. And so I get it in there. I'll pretend this is my picture frame.
Some of us have one, but that's on flat rate.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. If it was a regular priority, not the thing that says flat rate. I think I only brought flat rates because I brought them so you guys can have them. Because I don't use flat rates. So for anybody who was here last month, I did a thing on pirate ship, and if you weren't, then I think I'm going to be doing it again at some point because I only did it for one meeting last time. Huge savings, look into it, and it's all ships priority. So anyway, so if I have that in there, I have this. Does anybody, who knows what this is? Who doesn't know?
I finally got a reason.
So this is called a box resizer. Okay, and you can get these from Bubble Fast, who's one of our sponsors, and if you use the code
Use the code Phoenix.
Use the code Phoenix and you get a 10% discount. So if you wanted it, if you had something in here, last time I brought a purse and had a purse in there, you just put this, you fold the tops down, and you can modify priority boxes, but you're not supposed to modify flat rate boxes, correct? Correct, all right.
Or regional.
Or regional, and I brought those too. These are the regional size boxes. And again, if anybody wants any of these, I got a whole bunch of them down here. Feel free to take all of them. I don't want to take any of them home. So anyway, so this is adjustable, and it also has a measuring tape on the side. So I can make this, if I have a really tall box, and this works good, like she was saying, for your FBA as well. If you're filling it with a whole bunch of different items, and you get to that top and you need to cut the box down to make it smaller, you could do this as well. So you just line it up on the bottom of the box here, and you just go to right above wherever your product is sitting, and you set it to whatever that height is that you need. And then all it does is it has a perforator on it. You can hear that. And you just go around each side, so it makes it nice and even on every side. Take your scissors or a box knife or whatever it is that you might have around the house, and you cut right down to where the perforations are on your box. And with your item in there, you now refold the box, and you have now created a nice size box that fits your item, and hopefully that will even make it smaller enough that it will fit into a cubic rate for shipping, which is usually, well, is always less than pretty much eBay. So, any questions on that?
If you are having to ship it weight for some reason, you know, if you're doing this with a larger box, when you cut it down, you can also cut some of that cardboard off.
Yes.
Of the extra cardboard that instead of it overlapping. which can save you that 2 ounces to get you down a pound.
Yeah, so if this was now like 2.1 ounces, I would open it up and I would go, okay, and now I'm gonna cut these off. Because this could be my 1 ounce that I need. Yeah, that's right. I usually do it from the inside, unless the outsides are overlapping, then I can do the outside as well. If I need to cut a little bit more off, I actually have I have a good 3 inches there that I can cut off still too, from the inside there. So if you're shipping by weight, then that might be a consideration. If you're doing cubic rate shipping, that will not be a consideration. Okay, so that's how to cut boxes down using the box resizer. On the other end, and I'll just use your boxes since you already have them.
Where can we get one of those box resizers?
Bubble Fest.
Did
Did you miss that part, Derek?
I did.
So if you need to extend your box, and I've done this lots of times where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect size box. I just wish it was longer because my item fits in there nicely. Yeah, it just needs to be longer.
For shipping golf clubs, you use the triangle tube?
Yes. So so you have your one box, and then you'll take the second box. Well, this one's already done. And you just fit it right over the top. I'm gonna go right side up because I like to keep in the same direction. And then you can, so this is called franken boxing, when you're putting 2 boxes together. And you just use 2 of the same size boxes, it works the best. These have been used before, obviously. Usually it goes a little bit easier. And then you just push it down, and then however far you need it to go down, you can go all the way down. You can pull, if you need it further up, you can pull it further up, and then you can still use your box resizer on it if you need to shrink it just a little bit. But now you have created a little bit larger box out of that, because now you've added this flap size to it. And again, if I needed it even taller, I would just pull this back out some.
I see why you had problems.
Yeah.
Sure you will.
We're gonna get this to work. There you go. So if I needed to have a taller one, now I can still do that too, with the same size. Just make sure that you're overlapping this. You don't want to have, because you got to remember where that center is at. You want to make sure you're having double boxed in that center. I did see one the other day where a lady literally had it taped like this, and she said, "This is the best franken box I've done so far." She had a lot of flack because she had it literally touching like this with tape around the center. And we were all like, that center is not going to make it. So, okay, so that's franken boxing. And then for specialty items, or for specialty weird things, these are the lovely pool noodles that you can buy at the Dollar Tree. For picture frames, I've used it around, I had an egg platter that was like a star shape, lots of those different things. Anything that's breakable that has an edge, you can use this to cover. And it comes in those really, you know how tall they are. Like I said, they're $1 at the Dollar Tree. I just take it, I cut it to the size I need. I put a slit down the middle, and then I open it up, and like I would normally put bubble wrap around this first, and then I would put this on the edges, and then I do the same thing on the bottom edges and the top, so I make it so there's 4 around the whole thing. And then I can create a box for it if I don't have one. And then I usually will cut one in half completely and put that right in the center, and that creates that extra cushion on the top and bottom, so that it can't get pressed against it. Any questions?
You said you bubble wrap the picture first?
I bubble wrap the picture
And
first.
those are just sitting inside the box? You wouldn't run a bubble wrap around that? Just
No.
to protect that from moving?
No, it's not going to move with this because I usually create the box. This one? No, there's too much pressure from the box. I've never had a thing. It doesn't really matter if it moves or not. It's just, all it needs is to create that space from between the glass and the box. So it can't be pushed, it won't be smushed down. It doesn't matter what direction, if it's at an angle or even if it's off to the side, it's still not going to be pushed down. So, yeah, so that's how I use.
The box to fit the picture.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can create a box. I didn't bring any large boxes, unfortunately, but if you ever have an odd shaped thing, such as, you're not gonna just walk in, you're not gonna order a priority box that's gonna fit this, okay? Now you might be able to put two boxes together to do it, but if you have a large piece of cardboard, I would wrap it in bubble wrap first, and then all cardboard has like a grain that it goes with, and so if you use your scissors, just go a little bit past it and just score it, and it will do pretty much the exact same thing that box resizer did. It's gonna put a crease in there that's gonna allow you to fold it nice and flat. And then you can measure, and you can do the same thing with the width. You can just create your own boxes by just using a pair of scissors. Don't use a knife, because you don't want it to go through the box. So you just want to do it on one side so that it allows you to create that fold to customize any box that you need, basically. And then, since Val isn't here, one of the other cool things, I thought she was going to bring it, otherwise I would have brought it. So I actually shipped something in a poster tube last week, and I think that it made it, but I was told that these do not go through the post office very well. They tend to slide off of the conveyors, the round ones, but Priority, if you order them, they do have triangle square boxes, and these slide right into this, so you can still have these, and then put these inside the triangle boxes. And they also have the measurements on there, so they're easier to figure out what the measurements are, because when it asks you the length, the width, and the height of this, it's a little bit harder to figure out than it is of a triangle that already has it pre-printed. They don't sell the triangle boxes at Office Max or Staples. You can only get them through the Priority, but they're free. But you have to know ahead of time, so if you think you might need them, order them. And then,
Priority and Express.
Yeah, that's a dual box.
yeah, that was a
They-
dual
Throw it
box.
inside out.
And then this is the really special box. So this is called a Scotty stuffer. This was created by Bubble Fast for
Scotty and Shaw.
Scotty and Shaw.
And Shaw.
Okay, do you want to tell the little story really quick?
Yeah, he sells a lot of flatware, silverware, knife and fork sets, whatever, but it's eating utensils. They're really hard to put in an envelope and ship it. And he wanted to be shipping it flat rate, but you have problems with it sliding and poking holes and what have you, so it really needed to be in a box. The cheapest way to ship it in a box is with the Priority Mail shipping and put a box inside of it. But, he was having trouble finding a box that would fit inside of it and still hold all he wanted. So they got their heads together, they made a box, they decided it was a flatter box and a little wider, that barely fit in. And then some of us said, hey, wait a minute, what about us coffee mug sellers? And so they did some redimensions. So this is the Scotty Stuffer 2.0, and it is the biggest box you can get into a Priority Mail. I mean, you can't get an 8-inch larger box in there.
And you can put anything in here, so.
Yeah. You can fit
If it
coffee
fits in
mugs
this box,
everywhere.
the thing is it's gonna be cheaper to fit it into this flat rate Priority Mail mailer than it is to try and send it in a box that's the exact same size. Because if you have a box the same size and it weighs 5 pounds, it's gonna cost you a lot more than it is to ship this flat rate envelope. And as long as you get that flat rate envelope closed, which you can, doesn't matter how much it weighs. So those are really cool. We are trying to get together a co-op, I believe, to order these in bulk, because if you try to only order a few at a time, they're really expensive. But if you order them, a couple hundred, they're much more manageable. So if we can order them as a group and all do it that way, then it's gonna be much more cost effective for everyone.
So that shipping co-op information can be put together, probably Tuesday, Wednesday next week, watch the Facebook group, because we'll put information out there. And, everybody uses so many of the
I think you
same
turned it off.
things.